So we are going to hop over and talk to our friends at Unfold. They have done a interview with me earlier this week. So my outfit is about to change. My glasses will change. The background will change, and it will look a little bit different. So let's roll that video and hang out with our friends at Unfold. Hey everybody, so we are recording this from the past. Hello to the future. Hopefully you guys are having a great time and enjoying CouncilCon so far. We are here with the guys of Unfold. Hello everyone.
Hey.
If you guys
Hey.
want to introduce yourself real quick, we'll just round robin and then we'll get right in.
Who goes first?
Eddie, go for
Eddie.
it.
Hey guys, I'm Eddie. I'm the founder and creative director at Unfold.
Cool. Well, yeah, my name is David. I'm managing partner, designer at Unfold here as well.
My name is Peter Del Tondo, and I'm design director and do a lot of the business stuff here at Unfold.
Cool. And so probably, Eddie, tell us a little bit about what Unfold is. From my perception, I know you guys are huge on Dribbble. I see your work everywhere. It's always like top notch, totally amazing, polished, trendsetters. I'll just keep complimenting you. But I think that you guys from the inside probably have a little different perspective of what you are kind of in that back end. So if any want to speak into that, what is Unfold to you?
Yeah, right. So that's what we are. No, we're just a small creative agency. We like to have fun, create awesome things. We have a lot of cool clients we're working with. We like to partner up with them and work very closely with them, trying to get them the best results we can. Yeah, just like to have fun here. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think the way Eddie said it was good. I think we try to build a culture and a team that just works really well together, kind of bring all the superpowers together into one team. And we just have fun while we're doing it. Our goal is to find solutions for problems for our clients, and at the same time just create these beautiful art or in UI UX work, and we just have a good time doing it. So, and sharing it.
Yeah, I concur.
Peter agrees. Cool. So, Peter, what is your role among the team here at Unfold?
Yeah, so I've actually kind of stepped back from a lot of the design stuff, and I attack more of the business problems or hopefully solutions that we have. I'm the one that is kind of coordinating new projects and dealing with onboarding and getting new projects or clients to us, and lets these two guys focus on helping build the team, helping bring up all of these awesome designers that we have. Most of the guys on our team, I think, was chatting with somebody else today, have kind of started from just hanging around in our office and gone through like the intern funnel into these amazing designers that you wouldn't know, maybe a year, 2, 3 years ago. We're just kind of getting started, getting to work alongside these two guys. They pick up a lot really quickly, and yeah, it's a good combination of strengths that we have on our team that lets us do what we do.
Yeah, so I'm going to hop over into your Dribbble real quick just so I can show people kind of what the deal is. It looks like you've got a pretty big team here. It looks like there's, 12 people on the team now?
I think that sounds about right, yeah.
And kind of just scrolling through some of your work, I actually have the next question for Eddie and David. Let me go back. There we go. So for you two, you're both insanely creative, amazing designers. Eddie, I believe that you're like #1 Dribbble man, does incredible sketches. Like your work's awesome. I know that you're like, oh no, but yeah, no, you're great.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. For you two being these like awesome, amazing creatives, and then seeing this page that it has this team of like 12 people, what's it like for you to collaborate, to advise, to help manage that team, being the owners of like trying to figure out how do we both thrive as individual creatives, but then help all the creatives around us get better?
You want to go ahead, or should I?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At least myself, I don't really I never really look back and like kind of looked at it as okay, we have this many people. Kind of happened organically. Like we just did what we did. We just had a lot of fun along the way, and it kind of evolve on its own. I would say I don't know. I never had this like strategy or some kind of plan to like, okay, we're gonna grow this team, but it happened on its own, and we had a lot of fun along the way. I'd say, David.
Yeah, I agree. I think 3 years ago when we fully started, it was. I don't think we expected it to grow that big. At least we weren't really talking about that maybe as much. But yeah, just to see that we have a team, of that size, and I mean, you can say that's not a huge team and it's not a tiny team. So, depends where you are. But yeah, I think just having that, having the people working together with us on these awesome projects and being there for each other. And I guess your other question was, how do you kind of keep everyone learning and staying on top of things? I think it's kind of a two-way street, because Eddie can probably agree to this too. Like, we've learned a lot too from a lot of our team members. But yeah, I think just working closely with the team and just really assisting them and helping them, it does wonders. So
yeah, and it's not just to add to what David was saying. It's not like we kind of became these business owners and kind of forgot about the design. We still like fully involved in all the projects. We do a lot of the things ourselves. Like, we try to, be plugged in as much as we can, and see what's going on everywhere.
Cool. And Peter, being from kind of like a higher level there as well, do you have to like kind of identify strengths of people on the team and kind of identify, and I guess this is for anyone, whether it's Eddie, a project that comes in that you're like, oh, I may not actually be the best person for this, or someone else on the team that's better than that, or having the kind of resolve to be like, oh, this is not for me. This is definitely someone else is going to do this better than me, is going to, like manage this better than me. Is that something that you guys have to work through as projects are coming in?
Yeah, absolutely. So I work really closely, obviously, with these two guys, but also Pavel, our project manager. And when new stuff comes in, if we get a sense of like what might be right for the client, one, we got to pair them up with the people with the right skills. So we're not a generalist agency. You don't come to us and just like work with whomever's free at that time. Like, you're going to work with the people that are the best fit for your project, both from a style and execution standpoint to a skill set. We're not going to put a brand designer on like a website, for example. And so with that, we definitely want to resource allocate the right people. At the same time, we don't do like a single individual to a project. We have a team. So Eddie, David, myself are always the titled creative director of a project. And then we'll have like a design lead, an additional designer, and at least a project manager, if not more designers on a project. And how we come up with that is both by building up our team members to be able to lead those projects, to also skill set. And sometimes it's pairing people that in some cases aren't not the best skill set combination, but like somebody that we want to learn. So for example, Stian on our team is primarily more in illustration and web and product stuff, but he's expressed a big interest in wanting to do more branding. So we've put him as an assist on a lot of the branding projects, which means he gets a lot of close time with Ted and Eddie and is able to soak up and build up that skill set and train. And that's how we get that like just powerhouse of people that really excel at a lot of things. We give them that hands-on experience, and we have to talk to them too and find out, where do you want to grow? Do you want to become a leadership role? Do you want to become a certain specialty? Whatever those things are, we've got to figure out. I think our job is to figure out what they want and help them obtain that. And so that's kind of part of the process.
Rad. A question for David. David, we've had a couple conversations, and I think you're a very wise person. And so I'd love for you to impart some of your wisdom. I'm flipping
the beard isn't gray yet. So.
Yeah, it's getting there, filled with wisdom. I'm scrolling through your Dribbble right now and kind of just looking at how cohesive these projects are, how well presented they are, and overall how like good this portfolio is. And I wanted to ask you, what in your mind makes like a good portfolio? What in your mind are the elements that if someone is just starting out, whether they're a student or they're just entering the workforce, or maybe they're coming back onto the workforce? What are the elements that you think make a great portfolio that can help to really stand out?
Yeah, I think the simple answer is something that is very thought through and something that is very polished and intentional, and not just like a trend and something that you see a lot of. Something unique and intentional and polished. So I think like a mix of all that, where it's not just looks good, but it has like intention behind it. Like, for example, if you're redesigning something for fun, let's say you're a student entering design and you want to do like a redesign of something, like really think through the process and create a little case study. You know, I think having just that whole walkthrough of why you did certain things, because we're trying to find solutions for problems. Whether you're doing a website, you're building a product or a brand, you know, I think a lot of that is, you know, problem solving. So if I see a person that knows how to problem solve in their portfolio and it's very thought through and like carefully kind of put together, and at the same time beautiful, like you can see the eye is there, the design eye, the basic rules of design, you know, composition, color, white space, negative space. So I think all that kind of put together equals just a beautiful portfolio. So
Yeah, I agree with those sentiments. That's very good insight. Eddie, kind of the same question to you. I'm actually flipping back over to the browser to show people a little bit of your process from your Dribbble. I'm looking at the arrow sketches that you did. I know this is a major throwback, but I wanted to find something that just showed how much you sketch. And I think this one has 12, 15 sketches that are all like amazing concepts. They're like, yeah, these are the logos. In your process and in posting case studies and kind of showing your work, how important do you think it is to show off the process as opposed to that final piece?
Yeah, so yeah, it just helps you understand how you got there. I mean, got to that solution. And like David mentioned, it's all about problem solving. And the reason you do see all those sketches is because of, you know, I'm just showing you of all the explorations, how I actually ended up with this, you know, whatever the final piece is. And yeah, just the key is like not to be scared, just explore all of these options and like just then funneling everything down to where it needs to go. But yeah, just, you know, have fun, don't be scared.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the magic of sketching is you have all these ideas in your brain and you're like, okay, I know where I'm going in your head. And then you get onto the iPad or the paper or whatever and start doing it. And you're like, oh, this line like kind of looks cool. Like, what if I play with that some more? And like, it just becomes this very quick and fluid process.
Yeah, you don't waste time. You just jump in. Like you can sketch super quick. You don't have to get into detailed drawings.
Yep. Do you find yourself getting stuck on one concept or chasing one idea often when it ends up being that like, oh man, I just needed to get past that idea to get to what the final was? Do you often get stuck in that, or do you try to just train through?
Mainly, yeah. Main just go fast through things and just keep keep like iterating and like seeing what else is there. You know, like that's how I usually operate. That my brain's like all over the place usually.
Yep.
Well, I think
David,
two things on
go
that.
ahead. Sorry, Peter.
Oh, one in terms of showing the sketches and work too. I think that's something that is, well, like, because I am the one that meets with the client. So what I hear often is that they really like getting to see that because they understand how we got to those solutions. And it, like, I walked a client through our illustration process the other day, and they said, "Oh, wow, I'm so glad you showed this to me because your price made no sense to me before, but now that I've seen what you do, how it got to those results, and had you not, what it probably would have been, like, I get it now, and cool, I'm ready to sign the check." And so that kind of stuff is really powerful, and it makes your portfolio grounded in, like, again, seeing that process. The other, in terms of, like Eddie was saying, how we work and how it's kind of wild. So our whole team starts off every project together. We actually jump into it. It's not even one person, or let alone like that small team that really works on the project. All of us jump into the file together. So we're all in Figma and building stuff out. And it's really cool because any one of us could see what Eddie's working on and go, oh, that's really cool. Hang on, let me copy it, move it over to my area, and now we do our own spin off of it, or we modify something, and I see what David's doing or what I'm doing or anyone on the team, and we do that for branding, illustration, and web. And it's cool to see our project boards because it literally is this like evolution of piggybacking off of each other's ideas, and that's what gets us to that final result. And I always tell people, I think that's the secret sauce. You're not getting Eddie's brain, you're not getting David, you're getting the whole team, and the idea that anyone can build off of whoever started something, and that could be the perfect idea in the end.
Yeah, it's cool too to see a visual representation of that like neural network happening and like that hive mind all happening at the same time. Especially working through Figma to where it tracks everything and runs through. David, I saw you nodding aggressively during a lot of those points. Did you have any other thoughts to add in that?
Wait, for when Eddie was talking on Peter?
I think a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Yeah.
We're all in sync.
Yeah, no, I think they're saying the right things. So it's all about working together and just really, not kind of one man show, but just really all of us kind of attacking things together and just working together and building a great product. So
that's cool that I think from an outsider perspective, knowing all three of you and how amazing you are at your individual disciplines, but then hearing you just talk about the collective and the hive mind and working on the teams is a really cool switch in perspective to hear from the outside, to be man, they're really good and they probably know that they're really good, but they care more about the team and rising the tide so all boats float kind of thing. And I think that it shows in the overall portfolio, the overall work, the overall brand of Unfold, that everything becomes this higher quality. And talking about that kind of overall brand, getting outside of design and your Dribbble and all the things that we see, you guys have been launching products lately. You've been doing YouTube stuff. What's happening with the Unfold brand? It seems to be expanding.
I'm trying to break these two guys out of their shells. We're doing a lot of stuff. I think we're very fortunate that we have a lot of exposure because we have years of doing really good work, and so we're lucky that a lot of clients seek us out. But something that we're also really passionate about is teaching and sharing knowledge. And so we recently started a community group called The Fold, and we will start inviting people into The Fold soon. We're in a beta period with a small group, and Andrew's a part of that. And so we're getting ready for that to become a public thing. We're also doing YouTube content, and this is all new to us, with the video setups, the soundproofing walls, the editing process, all of it. We're figuring that out, and we're starting to pick up a little bit more traction on it. We did an interview that we released yesterday with Eddie and more folks. And I think part of that is our decision in a marketing strategy. We don't want to cold call people. We don't want to cold email people. We don't need to do those things, but hopefully if we can share the wisdom and knowledge that we have, that will help show people that we know what the heck we're doing. And it is kind of a way to market to both designers and to clients, and starting to also build up some residual income type stuff where we're going to get ready to release a brand deck presentation kit and lots of things, and that's stuff that hopefully we've kind of put through the fire over the years to figure out what works and doesn't work, and we're going to share it with people. And so we're excited about that, and it gives our team some fun stuff to work on outside of just client work, and lots of products. The new site that's kind of David's baby of a project, Rora, that's coming out soon. There's
that's
just
right, you
lots of stuff happening.
Launched a beta, if I remember correctly, seeing something somewhere, or is that not out yet?
Well, that's actually, we're going to be officially launching it probably early next week.
Okay,
but
where can people tune in to learn more about that?
Rora.co, RORA.co. Yep.
Oh, here, you know what? Let's just do this. RORA.co.
Yep.
I think we'll be using that to kind of do a, I don't know, weekly, monthly, something regular kind of news series because it's meant to be a site that you pop on once a day or so and
Yep.
get your daily dose of inspiration and news going on in our space. And we'll be diving into that more soon.
Yeah, and it is like a phase one, so we do have more plans for it. Like we have a lot of ideas for that website, like building off like a community of designers. So we have a lot in mind. So that's just something that it's kind of a starting point to something bigger. And to address like your question, Andrew, where we see the brand going and what's happening, I think a lot of it we just kind of go with the flow, as weird as that sounds and irresponsible.
Oh, I know one or two things about going with the flow. Yeah.
So I think obviously we're serious and about the business, and we have employees to worry about, and just kind of keep the lights on. But in general, I think whatever comes along, if an opportunity comes along, we discuss it, we talk about it, and if it makes sense for Unfold, we try to take a stab at it and kind of see where it goes. If something grips, we kind of move with it. So yeah, and like what Peter was saying, we just want to be more open and more kind of involved in the community and just be more leaders of the industry as well. So
yeah. Well, can I, Andrew, can I share some stuff with you and I?
I think so. I put up your dribble so far, and then I just went through Rora. Let's give screen share a shot. Is that what you're trying to do?
No. I just meant like talk about like kind of our last year.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I thought you were going to try to like do technical things, and my brain fried for a second, and I was like, oh boy.
I was like, are you comfortable with me sharing a couple of things?
It's not even live, and we're doing it live.
Yeah.
I think I saw a gray hair come out from you.
Yeah, we'll edit this out if it doesn't work. But
yeah, tell them all about my life.
I think something that we care about, and Andrew and I also work together on Creative South, and that's kind of how we met there. Our friendship kind of like blossomed out of that. And we love helping people. I think us as a company, us as individuals, and we've gotten to work with Andrew here as you've embarked on your freelance journey in this last year. And I remember you and I were at Disneyland hanging out at designer meetups, and we were on the Soarin' Over the World ride, and we were talking about freelance as you're about ready to jump in, and you're like, I've never done a freelance job for more than $400. And I was like, yep, that's going to change. And we kind of have been able to mentor and work with you over the last year. And you went from a much lower paying job, $400 freelance cap, to I can say as like a proud dad moment, to having a very successful 6-figure year freelancing. And it's been because we've been able to pour into you and share, again, our successes, our failures, and information. And that makes, I'm more excited for your success than like our success. And that's something that's really cool to share with people. And if we can help more people through that, especially through all the stuff that's going on now, and friends are reaching out like concerned about projects and things like that and losing jobs, the more we can help and provide that kind of information, that's amazing. So that's the kind of stuff that we want to do, and we want to help transform people's lives to where, like, you constantly message me like, I can't believe this is happening, and I'm doing it, Peter, I'm doing it.
Yep.
We want those moments.
Yes, my life has been that moment for the last 4 months.
Yeah.
Cool. So one more thing that I kind of want to talk about, as we talked about expanding the brand and kind of new things happening, I'm going to flip over here real quick back into the browser to pull up your YouTube. At the time of recording, you guys actually just finished doing a YouTube video. And as I scroll through here, there's a ton of good content coming out. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing on YouTube, what the goal is, and how people can get engaged and subscribe, and kind of what's down the pipeline for this new venture.
Yes.
Yeah, I can start. Yeah, I think kind of similar to the other question about where we see the brand going. I think a lot of it is just kind of sharing a wealth of knowledge and providing value to the community, because you see a lot of you're kind of looking from the outside in, like you just see the kind of the outside of Unfold, and you kind of see the results that come out of it. But there's not really much of from happening on the, we don't share that much of like the inside. So the idea is like to kind of open up more and help others bring value, and at the same time just help the community. So, and then Peter can kind of continue on with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sums it up really well. Like, it's just, I feel like there's such a give people a peek behind the curtain. Like, we don't want to be afraid to share things that haven't gone well, because I think that's usually where you learn the most. But we can share the things that we've figured out, things that we're still struggling with, and let people know a little bit more about who our team is as people, the programs that we use, how we kind of operate and do project management, do our sales and business stuff, how our process is for branding and whatnot, and just trying to give people a little bit more of like an all access pass to that. I think is really cool, and it's really fun for us. Again, we just kind of love sharing that information, and try to do it on a new platform in a new way. It sounds like a fun challenge.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop back over real quick just to show everyone. That was weird because Peter's wearing the same thing and just moved into a different location. So they've been doing portfolio reviews, and I believe you're doing portfolio reviews or some kind of new content. Fridays are your normal schedule, right, Peter?
Yeah, every Friday through the month of April, and then we may continue that on regularly after that. Our video thing, we're still figuring out and getting a flow down, so those are coming out at totally random times right now, but I'm sure we'll get a cadence going, because I'm doing videos here at my house, and then Victor on our team is doing videos out of the Florida office and studio. So we're kind of trying to get to a point where we do like 4 videos a month at least.
Cool. Eddie, do you have anything to add? You've been quiet for a little while. I know that's your zone.
I mean, I agree. That's where we're going.
You're on
Explore
board
horizons.
and fully ready. All right, sorry, just a second. I'm pulling up. We had sent out a Q&A form earlier, and I forgot to pull it up, so I'm pulling it up real quick just to take a look and see if there's anything for you guys. Alas, there is not. If you guys have questions and you're watching right now live, you can pop them into chat. I think Peter will be here. Future Peter will be here in the chat. Past this Peter that Peter over there will not be here, but future Peter will be. So they'll be in chat answering some questions. We may, if we have a few minutes, pop them back on video and answer some comments. And if not, follow them on YouTube, reach out to them on Dribbble, leave a comment on one of their YouTube videos, and tune in and get your questions answered. Again, they're here for the community, here to help everyone, and hopefully, like I said, when the tide rises, all the boats rise as well. That's not at all how the saying is, but that's how it's going to be for now.
Yeah, and let us know what kind of content you guys want. Like,
oh yeah,
like we just did the Design Hour show, which is meant to be that, like, all the questions you would want to ask somebody, but you never get that opportunity. Like, that's the idea. It's a different kind of interview show. So let us know who you want to talk to. I know I want to have Andrew on the show. We've got some other really awesome guests, but like, who are the people that you want to ask certain things? Let us know what you want to ask, and that's what that whole series is going to be. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Can you get the Tiger King, please?
Can what? I haven't watched that. I don't know at all what is going on with Tiger
I refused to, and then it was on at one of my friends' houses, and I was there for 4 hours, and I couldn't stop. It's fantastic.
It's like that train wreck that you just have to watch and just watch go down in a blazing fire.
It is. That's my life, and so it felt comfortable for me. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, team of Unfold, Eddie, David, Peter. Hopefully, we will see you all guys online, and we're going to throw back to a holding screen so I can pretend like this is live, and we can make a seamless transition back into me wearing
Thanks so much for tuning in.
A different shirt, a different hat, and different glasses, and a different background. All right. Seamless transition. Here we go.